Hellos, I'm Celt, and I'm in the final leg getting all my jobs up to level 100. But I suffer from crippling indecision, so I created the Job Wheel of Destiny to help me choose my fates. So join me in a series of unfortunate events that I like to call the leveling roulette. Roulette? Yeah, sure. Hello everyone, I'm back after an unexpected extended break from basically everything. I have a very good reason for disappearing for so long. It's because they turned my tank into an off tank. No, I'm joking, I don't care about that shit. No, I have a very good reason. So some of you know, I took a bit of a holiday to go and sort my life out. Intending to emigrate to Greece to be with my boyfriend. But life took an unexpected turn, and very funny. It's a very funny story. So stick around for that, because we're gonna get into it. But yeah, I took a break. Had to take a break from like social media, content creation, and the game in general. Just from everything really. But it's time to get back into it. And what better way to get back into it than to face the job wheel of fucking doom. And I really wish there was a lot more friendly jobs on this wheel that I could play. But it looks like whatever it lands on, I'm in for a world of pain. Which is not where I want to try and get back into the game and dust off the cobwebs. But anyway, let's stop dithering and just get on with it, shall we? Oh, fuck. Oh boy, ninja. Okay, this is like the job I was dreading the most, to be honest. Because I haven't actually touched ninja since Dawntrail was released. So, yeah, this is going to be very interesting, and bearing in mind I have had a few months away from the game too. So let's just talk about that for a hot second. So like, as some of you know, I disappeared toward the end of January to go spend some time with my boyfriend, figure out, a bit of immigration stuff, that sort of thing. But it turns out that's when a string of rotten luck hit me, and I kind of want to share the story because I need to be validated. I need some of you people to be like, yeah, dude, you are one unlucky fuck. You have been through it. I have two photos which basically sum up my my February. So this is the first photo. And yes, that chunky hand is me. And this is the second one. And these were taken about a day apart. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. Yeah, so I don't know. Grab a coffee, grab a tea, grab something alcoholic. Yeah. Okay, ninja. What do we do? Let's eat something first. Let's just... Oh yeah, koganiyaki. That sounds good. Delicious. And yes, I have... Oh shit, that's the wrong button. I have changed my UI to the pink one because I am that gay. But yes, my boyfriend is now officially no longer my boyfriend. He is my husband. Yeah, that's pretty much the only good thing that happened. Yeah, I mean, we planned it, and it was really just the legal ceremony. We got a civil partnership whilst I was out there. And yeah, like, we signed all the legal documents. We weren't going to have a party because, it was February. No one wants a party in February. And also, I was like, let's just do something in the summer. So it was really just the legal ceremony. Like, we just signed the paperwork and that was it. Bish bash bosh. So yeah, got a ring on it now. I'm off the market, boys. Sorry. Listen to all those broken hearts across the world. So yeah, married now, very happy. But as I said, that was the only good thing that happened out there. So my bad luck started almost straight away. So like, obviously going out there, I was in very high spirits. knowing that, you know, about to get married and stuff. I even treated myself to traveling business class for the first time in my life. That was very nice. Woohoo, level up. Yeah. So we got there, we had a day or two in Athens, and then we went back to his place. And that's pretty much, like, that's where the bad luck started. Yeah, so I have my brand new Alienware laptop with me, which you all know, it's like a very expensive piece of equipment. And that first weekend out, let me fix my HUD because this is annoying me. The very first weekend out there, I plug it in for the first time. Not the first time I've ever used it, like the first time whilst I was out there. And within 5 minutes of it being on, I heard this pop, and then the screen went blank, and the laptop just shut down. And I was like, so we did a little bit of Googling, and turns out it looked like that the motherboard, like a component in the motherboard, had blown. And I was like, fuck. So, you know, I was bummed, understandably, but also I was like, well, it's under warranty, so that's something, but there's nothing I can do about it until I get home, because obviously they're going to want to send it out for repairs, and I'm not in the UK. So I was like, oh shit, okay. So luckily I used my boyfriend's laptop, because he's got a laptop, so I could carry on working and everything, so that was fine. So that was the first thing to go wrong. Oh my god, we finally got a an Endwalker Alliance raid. Oh, this is bad. I don't know what I'm doing with this job. Sure, that sounds good. Do that. Anyone looking for competence ninja gameplay, or indeed any sort of competent gameplay, is you're in the wrong place. This is just going to be diabolical. I don't know what any of these buttons do. No, guys, seriously, I have no idea what I'm doing with this job. Now, a lot of you may be asking, how the hell did I get... how the hell did I get Ninja up to level 90 when I'm this fucking clueless? Like, we've seen you play Monk. We know you ain't good at the game. And it's a valid question. PvP. I literally got it up to level 90 through doing nothing but PvP for weeks with it. Yeah. And then when Dawn Trail came out, I just kind of stopped and left it. So, yeah, that's how I got it up to 90. Laptop was bust, and I was out there for a month. And then we arranged to have, like, to go sign our paperwork for the civil partnership and everything. And it was arranged for a Wednesday. I think it was a Wednesday. Anyway, Monday rolls around and we get a call saying, oh, can we delay it to Thursday? Because the woman doing the paperwork, she's ill. And we were like, oh, okay. Wednesday comes up and they're like, oh yeah, can we actually do it next Monday? Because she's like still ill. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, good job we haven't organised any parties or anything, because like this would well and truly like fuck us up. So anyway, the Monday comes around, we do it, sign the paperwork and everything. All went pretty much smoothly. And then the next day comes and we're out walking. It had been raining in the morning. Yeah, and we're on our way to a coffee shop. I wasn't even drunk. Like, I was stone cold sober. And then I slip. My one foot slips in the wet. And as I try to correct with my other foot, that twists. And yeah, that's it. Like, I break it. I go down on it with my full body weight. I know straight away it's broken. It's busted. Like, there's no going back. So there I am, like a taxi driver right near us saw it happen, and he was like, okay, let's get you over to like sit you down somewhere. So they manhandled me somewhere I can sit down. Obviously we call a paramedic. Paramedic comes out. He literally he looks at it, he touches it, and he turns to my husband and he goes, yeah, it's broken. Like, all it took was like a single touch. So anyway, the paramedic then like calls an ambulance to come get me. Bearing in mind as well, like, they're all speaking Greek and I don't know what's going on. Obviously my husband is translating everything. So yeah, the ambulance comes and collects me and takes me to the hospital. I get x-rayed and the doctor's like, oh yeah, you fucked it. Broke my bib, the big one, in 2 places. It was a spiral fracture, and yeah, she said luckily it's not like broken in a way that it's out of position, you know. But she did say, looking at it, we might need to do surgery. So she had to go have a word with the consultant. And he comes back and he's like, yeah, we're gonna have to do surgery on this. We're gonna have to put a plate in it and put some screws in you. So I had a night in the hospital. The following day I had surgery, and that was that. Like, so what was supposed to be like, I guess, like a honeymoon break turned into him just looking after me. I mean, what a way to start a marriage though. Like, yeah, sorry babe, you're turning into my carer for a month. After I broke it, that's when it was sunny all the time. Like, literally. Yeah, blue skies and everything. So anyway, obviously, like, this is the first time I've ever broken a bone, the first time I've ever had surgery. What a fucking experience that was. Just before surgery, like, the anaesthetist and the doctors, the surgeons, the nurses, like, literally, I'm waiting outside the surgery room. And they're all saying good luck. And I'm like, what do you fucking mean good luck? Surely at this stage, RNG should not be a factor. I mean, I'm in your hands now. What do you mean good luck? Yeah, it's just funny. Oh god, talking with this job is just not something I can do. I think it was like 2 weeks after my surgery. I was to go in for a checkup, and they're like, okay, so you got like a massive screw in there now. In like 4 weeks, when you're back in the UK, that needs to come out. As long as that's in there, you're non-weight bearing, and you won't be able to bear weight. So anyway, managed to come home. Which was not as painful as I thought it was going to be. Bearing in mind I was still traveling business class, which helped. So yeah, I come home. My parents are completely unprepared for how disabled I am. Like, literally, like, I'm non-weight bearing and I can't go far on crutches because it's fucking tiring, you know? But anyway, we get an appointment with orthopedics here, and so I go for an x-ray, and the consultant comes in and he's like, we're going to send you up for a CT scan. And I'm like, huh? Like, I'm here for an x-ray and for you to book me in for a minor surgery. Why do I need CT scan? So I go for my CT scan. It turns out that one of the bones hasn't been positioned correctly on the other side of my ankle. Or rather, the same bone, but like, they wouldn't have noticed it from the angle they went in at. So they're like, also like, there's a tendon snapped and like a little bit of bone is sheared off because of that, and we're gonna have to go in and suture that. So they're like, we're gonna have to do another surgery, possibly on both sides of your ankle this time. And I'm like, huh? What? And then I was like, well, what does that mean for my recovery? And they're like, we're just going to have to reset the clock. That's another, like, 6 to 7 weeks of, like, non-weight bearing. And I'm like, fantastic. So I go in for my second surgery at Christmas. Not Christmas, sorry. Easter. Yeah. And then since then I have been recovering, I guess. I'm pressing buttons. I don't know what any of these do. And I feel like this lightning mudra is like the only one I should be doing, because what the hell? Yeah, basically I've had like 3 to 4 months of not being able to walk. Just complete recovery mode, like... Yeah. It's been an experience, to say the thing. Oh shit. Oh, well, there's another level. Man, this job was not the one I needed to try and tell everyone what I have been through. So yeah, 2 hospital experiences, one in Greece, one in the UK. And to be honest, the one in Greece wasn't that bad. I don't know why I said it like that. A lot of the doctors were bilingual, they could speak English. In fact, one of them studied in Cardiff. So, yay, local boy. And one of the nurses, when I was in the emergency department, she was from North Wales. So, you know, there was that too. But yeah, like, I came out with that first surgery and I was weak as a kitten. Like, the drugs they had me on were something else. I mean, there was good shit, man. That first week, though, like, there was definitely pain in my foot, but not where you'd expect it. Like, the pain was actually in my big toe and across the top of my foot. And it was so bad, it was keeping me up through the night. And, like, obviously I was keeping my husband up through the night with it, too. I really only clocked this when the doctor came out a week later to change my dressing. And, like, he took my cast off. And I had a look at my leg. And I was like, oh, that's why. So, obviously, where they fitted the cast in the emergency room, it was just after I had my accident. And, obviously, my foot wasn't as swollen at that point. But, obviously, after the surgery and everything, my foot had swollen pretty bad. And the cast was actually digging in to the top of my foot and my big toe. And when the doctor came out to change my dressing, like, I looked at my foot. My toe and the top of my foot were purple. It was that tight. But obviously after that point, the swelling started to go down a lot. And yeah, I mean, what a way to start a marriage, right? You had to take care of me for like a full month. In-laws had to look after me too. Yeah, it was an experience. And I had to have like, I was on painkillers and blood thinners, and I had to have injections in my belly every day. It was not good. But generally, like, my experience in the Greek hospital was very good. They put a plate in my foot just to stabilize everything. And I got told, like, that could stay in there for the rest of my life if it gives me no problem. Like, there's no it'll do me no harm. And then I came back home, and obviously they x-rayed me and told me I needed a second surgery. They said the break was basically healed at this point. All they really had to do was put the bone back in the socket where it should be properly, and suture that tendon and that bit of bone back where it should be too. They also said, like, they took one of the big screw out of my foot and replaced it with 2, just to stabilize it a bit more. And they said generally they don't take those out anymore, they leave them in. And it does you no harm, so I'm like, okay, sweet. So yeah, I've been non-weight bearing for like a good, what, like 3, almost 4 months. Hobbling around, completely dependent on other people. I've hated it. I've hated every minute of it. The worst thing, like I haven't had a proper shower in like 4 months. Like, I've been basically having like sponge baths with like sink and stuff, because like we got a bathtub and I can't get in there. And like, I don't know, a lot of you are going to be like, look, there are plenty of people out there with worse disabilities that manage, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I acknowledge that, but I am not one of those people. Like, we would have to invest into, like, a stool and shit just to get me to sit in the bathtub so I could wash myself while keeping my foot dry kind of thing. And I'm like, it's more hassle than it's worth, to be honest. But yes, I am on the mend. In fact, later today, as of recording this, I have to go and get this cast taken off. Yeah, then I'll be put in a moon boot, and I can start putting some weight on it again. This will be like the start of me fully recovering, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll let you know how that goes, how painful it is. Yeah, that's been my life. I have had a rotten run of luck. Like, fucking, first my laptop dies, and then my fucking leg breaks. So it's kind of put all my emigrating plans on hold. Yeah, until I, like, fully recover. I don't even know what my mudras are. Mudra? I don't even know her. So yeah, I'm so looking forward to getting this cast off because, you know, it's uncomfortable. My leg hasn't been washed in like a good couple of months. It is diabolical. To be honest, like, he did say he wanted a wedding to remember, and I did deliver on that, so... Well, I'm just saying, you can't be mad at me. You're not gonna forget this anytime soon. Literally just smacking the keyboard. Go. Not that way, it's this way. I'm accumulating these resources and I have no idea how to use them. World's worst ninja. And proud of it. So yeah, I've missed a lot in the game actually. Like, as you can see, I still haven't done my relic weapon step. And I'm not caught up on the latest story patch either, so yeah. Just slowly getting back into it. So I couldn't really play the game whilst I was recovering because the blood thinners I was on, like, and also the painkillers, I guess. Whenever I was playing, I'd get like dizzy. I was dizzy a lot. I've been dizzy a lot these last few months anyway, but you know, so I had to like basically take a step back and not play as much. Logged in like once a week for like 5 minutes. So what was I playing instead? Well, I played... What did I play? Oh, I got Pokemon Reborn. I downloaded that onto my phone. That was quite fun. But very difficult. Highly recommend it if you want an adult Pokemon game. Adult as in like adult themes, not adult as in like, you know, sexy. When I was going for my second surgery, we went down the hospital. Went to the surgical assessment unit, checked in and everything. And we were there pretty early in the morning. But there were like a few people waiting there who'd clearly been there a bit longer than us. About half hour later, one of the nurses goes to one of the women who'd been waiting there longer than we had, hooks her up with an IV and everything and some medication, whatever. And then as soon as that's done, this woman decides now's the time for me to go out for a cigarette. And I'm like, really? You've been sat here for longer than 30 minutes doing nothing, and you decide now that the nurse has hooked you up with medication and everything, now you want to go out for a cigarette. Anyway, she was on her way out, and the nurses were like, well, do you want to wait 10 minutes just, you know, for your medication to go in? And she started kicking off. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? These people are trying to help you. And what's more, you've had all this fucking time to go out for a cigarette. You could have done this at any point. And you choose now, you awkward fucking bitch. Anyway, she was mouthing off, kicking off, screaming, so they had to unhook her so she could go out. And I'm like, I wouldn't have fucking done that. I'd have kicked her out. And then there were also these two guys there, obviously junkies. Obviously junkies, like they were kicking off for no fucking reason. I think they were just after morphine, to be honest, because that's what they kept going on about. But yeah, they were very rude, very aggressive to everyone, and I'm like, you know what? These nurses are trying to fucking help you, and you're treating them like dog shit? Like, no, if I was in charge, I'd kick you out. If you're gonna be that fucking rude, you can fuck off. And what's more, by this point, like, the waiting room had filled up with a lot more sick people, and there were people in a lot of pain. I'm like, nobody wants to hear you kicking, mouthing off like that, you fucking junkie. Fuck off. Anyway, that's that rant over. Oh, it was really funny, like, the surgeon came over to me and, like, obviously explained what they were going to do and everything. And he was... and he drew an arrow on my thigh pointing to my bad leg. And I went back into the waiting room and showed everyone, and we all had a good laugh. I'm like, well, at least they know which leg is the right one they need to operate on. I guess doctors and nurses get confused between right and left too, right? And then after that surgery, oh, so I had 2 weeks in a cast, and then I had to go have soft cast fitted. Oh man, that was difficult. Purely because, you know, my ankle is so stiff from not being used as much. And like, they did me once, they wrapped me up in the cast, and the doctor came in and he looked and he's like, no, that's not in a resting position, we need to do it again. And then this doctor was like pushing my ankle in, the pain, let me tell you, it was fucking diabolical. But I didn't mind so much because he was a hot doctor, to be fair. Yeah, what else have I been doing? Playing a bit of Pokemon, playing a bit of The Sims. Watched a lot of Made in Chelsea and The Only Way is Essex. No, guys, I'm not mentally well right now. Oh, I have gone through like the stages of grief with this whole thing, like denial, bargaining, depression. The only stage I haven't reached is fucking acceptance, because I refuse to accept that this is my life. But here we are, like, you know, today is the day I come out of the cast and start walking around again, so all good, bro. Didn't need to accept it. The other day I was doing a run through Katana Revel. And you know the final boss, that fucking Cerberus, and it has a mechanic where he does the stack marker and like his two heads spit fire, so you're supposed to like stand in front of him. Well, you know, we got to that mechanic, and the healer and the other DPS decide to stand way at the back inside the fire spewing vomit thing. And then the healer, I'm like, they both go down and then we wipe, and then the healer's like, guys, you're supposed to stand in the stack marker, and then me and the tank are both like, yeah, you're supposed to not put the stack marker in front of that thing. And then she was like, we could have healed it, we would have survived if you were all in here. And me and the tank were like, no. You know, get into position, bring it into melee range, and stand in front of the dog. Anyway, the second pull, the healer refuses to do any healing. Let me tell you, it was the first time I have initiated a vote kick in this game. I was like, you know what, there's no need to be fucking petulant. You thought you knew better than everyone else. You didn't. We tried to correct you. You don't want to listen. Fuck off. And you know what, a while ago I got flamed for saying like, you know, back in a level 50 duty, you should know and you should learn to bring your stack markers into melee range. And everyone flamed me for it. And you know what? This is what happens when you don't teach people early on how to do things. You get to Shadowbringers, and people don't know what to do with their stat markers. Oh, and the other day I was this is a big whoopsie on me. I was doing World of Darkness on my white mage, and we were in Alliance B, yeah, the Belly Alliance, and literally like 50% of my alliance were newbies, like they'd never been in there before. So you get up to Cerberus, and we're like explaining, you know, the mechanics, and I'm like, you know what, I'll put a marker over my head and everyone can just follow me. so they all bunch up on me. Great and everything. So we start the fight against Cerberus, and then I'm looking out for the telegraph for the gastric juice to get put down. I see the telegraph. Run toward it before it hits the ground. It hits the ground, and I'm like, "Ah, this isn't the gastric juice. This is the purple vomit shit." And by that point, it's too late. Everyone followed me into the vomit, and we all died. And I was like, where the fucking hell is the gastric juice? Anyway, I have a look around. It's down the other side of the fucking arena. Some fucker took it all the way down to the gates, as far away as possible from everyone else. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. But anyway, it was funny. We all had a laugh. Ooh, level up, yay. Ooh, a nice quick trial. Thanks for not moving it, tank. Well, this is diabolical. Asuna. My god. Awful. Bloody awful. Healers, learn what Asuna does. Please. Lol. What are these strategy boards? It's almost as if I know what I'm doing. I assure you, dear listener, I do not. Yeah. Well, simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. Okay, it's the next day, guys. I didn't finish all my roulettes and everything, my dungeon yesterday, so I'm just gonna continue on. So yeah, didn't finish it yesterday because I had to get ready to go to the hospital, obviously. Oh no. Yeah, I had to get ready to go to the hospital. All went well. Cast is off. I had an X-ray, and I've been told, you know, I've got a moon boot now, so it's so sexy. It does look actually kind of sexy. Like, it's giving Stormtrooper vibes. But yeah, I got told I can try and get around full weight bearing now, obviously with the boots and with my crutches. Yeah, follow up in 6 weeks. So, yay! I am attempting to walk. But as you can imagine, like, I haven't walked since February. And, you know, in all that time, I've been rather cautious about getting my foot on the ground. So, as you can imagine, yeah, it's not the most intuitive, and it's not the easiest. There is a lot of pain there. And I'm a big boy too. But yeah, there's a lot of pain there. But it's not like a bad kind of pain. It's kind of like, you know, muscles are stiff kind of pain, you know? Which I imagine they are. They haven't been used in a long time. Oh my god, the level of atrophy on my leg. Like, I've like y'all know, I'm a big boy, and I have very thick legs, very muscly. In fact, I think they're my best feature. But yeah, the level of atrophy because of this break and not using my leg, like, it looks like I got one chicken leg. My other leg has gotten thicker because, like, obviously it's compensating, and it's had to do all the hard work these past few months. So I got one thick, chunky leg and one guinea chicken leg. So yeah, like, I'm trying to learn how to walk again and trying to get used to the feeling of pressure in my foot. Like, I'm sitting with my leg on the ground now, my foot on the ground in the boot, and just like putting some pressure on it. So even when I'm sat down, I'm doing something with it, you know. But yeah, I'm still basically hopping around on my crutches because, like, I can't. And people, like, My parents are looking at me doing it, and they're like, just put the weight on it. Like, you don't use your crutches as well. But I don't think people understand how locomotion, bipedal locomotion works. Like, bipedal locomotion is just the act of falling forwards and stopping yourself with your feet. In order for it to work, you need to, you know, take your pressure off one foot and dedicate the other foot. And with that in mind, I can't walk yet. I can't put my whole body weight on my bad foot. I'll get there though. Like, I'm determined by next week to be able to climb the stairs again. Because currently I'm going up on my ass. Oh, we won! Yay! And I got a level up. Hooray! Guys, I have no idea what any of these fucking buttons do. Like, I have not read any of these tooltips. I'm tired. I've been through a lot recently. I'm not. No, it's not. No. But anyway, some funny stories from my medical misadventures. Oh, how lyrical. So in Greece, as I was getting ready for surgery, they came up to my husband and they were like, okay, you're gonna have to get him ready for surgery now. Can you get him, like, take his clothes off? And we were like, oh, well, do I have to get naked, or can I, like, keep my underwear on? And they're like, no, you strip. And they gave me, like, the gown you have to wear when you go for, like, surgery. So we put the gown on. It's a bit tight because I'm a chunky boy, you know, whatever. I'm used to that. And, yeah, then they take me into, like, wheel me into the surgery room. And, like, as I'm laying on the slab, and they're, like, hooking me up to all these instruments and whatnot, the nurse next to me rips this surgery gown in half. Like, she just rips it, gets my tits out and everything. And I'm like, well, what's the point in me wearing it in the first fucking place? Bearing in mind as well, I'm butt naked underneath the blanket I'm in. So, like, I'm, like, very self-conscious. Anyway, so then I have the surgery. And I wake up. And, like, they're wheeling me out. So I ram's voice. Yeah, and they're wheeling me out, and then, like, obviously my husband's there waiting for me outside with my father-in-law and, like, my husband's best friend who came to visit me too. So I was like, oh, that's nice. Still very much aware that I'm butt naked underneath the very thin blanket I had. And then they wheel me back into, like, the ward where I was staying. I'm like, you know, I'm still dazed and recovering from, like, the anesthetic and whatnot. But then the surgeon comes up to me. I shit you not. He lifts the bedsheet up just to, like, have a look at my foot, I guess. Flashing. And I'm like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? Literally flashing my bollocks to my father-in-law, my husband's best friend, and the little old lady in the bed opposite me. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. What the fuck is going on here? Dude. Put it down. Like, yeah, nobody wants to see my balls. But then when I came for my second surgery here in the UK, like, as I was getting ready for the surgery, like, they were like, you can leave your underwear on. I'm like, oh, can I? Because I was getting ready to take them off, you know? And, like, the guy was like, yeah, you can leave your underwear on. So, like, why did I have to get naked in fucking Greece? Like I said, like, it was the very first time I had surgery too. And it was obviously understandable. I was extremely nervous, especially since, you know, they were all speaking Greek and I had no idea what I was saying. Anyway, I was on the slab and they put, like, the gas mask over me, and, like, the anaesthetist was like, okay, do you wanna take some deep breaths now? So I was taking some deep breaths and I wasn't really feeling anything, and I was like, oh, is this how it's supposed to be? Is this working properly? And then I see her reach over with a massive fucking needle. I mean, it was fucking huge, and I was like, oh, this is the anesthetic. And obviously she puts it in my, what's it called? My IV. And then she turns to me and she goes like, okay, 3 big deep breaths now. And I take it, by the end of my first breath, I was gone. I was out like a light. Like, I remember falling as well. Like, it felt weird. Like, I remember falling asleep. And literally, like, the next thing I knew, they were shaking me awake, calling my name. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Oh, this is a fucking great sleep. Leave me alone. I want to sleep some more. But that was a totally different experience to what I had for my second surgery in the UK. Yeah, for my surgery in the UK, like, literally, I had, I didn't really have an IV. I just had, is it called a cannulary in my hand? Anyway, they fitted that when I was in the operating room. And they were going to do it on my left, but, they said, oh yeah, you're a bit of a bleeder. I'm like, am I? You're a bit of a bleeder, we're having some trouble getting in, it's not, so we'll do it on the right hand, so okay. They did it on the other hand. No issue. But yeah, instead of a gas mask in the UK, they put like the tube, like, they didn't put it up my nose, but they put like it just underneath my nose. So obviously I could feel the oxygen going in. And they were like, yeah, it's going to feel a little bit weird. It's going to feel like your breath's being taken away because it's just pure oxygen. I was like, yeah, okay. And then they were like, okay, we're going to administer the anesthetic now, but we're going to do it gradually. So you're going to feel like you're having a really great time. Boy, did I feel like I was having a great time. That shit was good. Obviously, they were upping the dose until I just fell asleep, and they were talking to me as well. But yeah, I was like, oh, this shit is great. Can I take some of this shit home? Yeah, totally different experience to the one in Greece. Yeah, that's my level. Nice. Almost forgot I could do another set of beast drives. Silly me. See, it's going to take me forever to get back into the swing of things. I've been away for so long. Oh, why are there so many menus in this game? Why? Probably the saddest thing about the whole thing is that I can no longer say I've never broken a bone. I'm no longer part of that club. Oh, that could be my question of the day. Have you broken a bone? Which bone was it? How long were you out of action? You know, if I had a choice, if I had a choice to break a bone, I would choose to break an arm, because at least you can still get around. At least you can still move. You know what I mean? You still might need help, like with like doing things, but at least you can fucking walk if you've broken an arm. Me, no, I had to go and break my fucking ankle, so I couldn't do anything because I'm a stupid boy. Ah, dear me. So yeah, have you broken a bone? Which bone? Do let me know. Let's spread some healing vibes. Also, how did you get through? Like, if you were like laid up like I was, because you know, in bed and whatnot, how did you get through that boredom? Me, I'd like, because obviously I couldn't play this game. I couldn't play many games, to be honest, because the drugs I was on. But like, so I resorted to like watching TV and shit, and then playing some games that I could play, like I was playing Pokemon Reborn on my phone and shit. So yeah, what did you do to get through the boredom? We need to spread some ideas around. My hubby was gracious enough to let me watch whatever I wanted, even though we have very different like tastes in the shows and shit. It's really weird. Greeks have been raised on American shows, so they don't get British humor, which is sad because I reckon British humor is the best humor in the world. Like, we have some of the best comedy shows on the planet, you know, like Ab Fab, Bottom, Red Dwarf, Only Fools and Horses, you know, all these fucking classics and shit. And he just doesn't get that kind of sense of humor, which I think is pretty sad, to be honest. But there we are. I'll educate him. Dude, we know. Thanks, Tank. I also like shows like Cat and Kim. Oh, and what's that other Australian one on Netflix? Lunatics? That guy plays all the characters and they're all fucking crazy. Yeah, that's pretty funny too. So yeah, I did a lot of watching shows and whatnot. Yay! Another level! Also, if anyone has like advice on how I can teach myself how to walk again and like feel confident on my foot, that'd be great. My issue is I'm not patient at all, like especially with my own body. I think, honestly, sometimes I think I'm trying to push myself too far, too fast. But I don't know, I'm being very attentive to how my ankle feels. Honestly, I feel more comfortable with Ninja, I guess, than I did with Viper. I don't know, I'm not struggling as much as I thought I would. Yay, that's that done. Hooray. Let's see. Like, half an hour before reset, I guess I can just run a Dawn Trail dungeon at this stage. Oh yeah, do this boss now, get a level up. And we got daily reset, so I can do it all over again. Hooray. Oh boy. Smack your head against the keyboard. It will all be fine. There we go. Just in time for resets. Hooray. Dumb things never change, like the level of dumb in PvP. Like, why are red focusing us when they should be going after yellow? We had no threat, we had no winning. Well, we didn't win, but... Oh, and I didn't get a level either. Boo! Are these gonna give me my level? Oh, got my leg. Oh my god, come on. I don't care that I'm capped on Poetics. Poetics is so easy to get. Why do you need to warn me? Okay, well, the next set of beast tribes are definitely going to get me there. Fuck you. Do we think I'm going to hit 100 today? I mean, I've got my full set of... Ooh, yay. 98. I've got my full set of roulettes to do, barring, like, front line, and I've got 2 levels left. Oh, what's the mechanics? Alright, let's get away from that. Oh, far away from that. LOL. Oh, I've missed these raids. Fuck. Well, I think that's a wipe. Oh, that was close. I was not paying attention. Easy. Look at me. Pro ninja. Oh, I've got a bunny on my... Yeah, pro ninja. And today's joy is... Huh? What? I have not been here in forever. Holy shit. Oh, fuck off, mate. Fuck off, mate. Oh my god. Oh, okay, we did it, we did it. Flying off the edge. Now what? Okay, he goes one by one. I see. So you gotta be in your pile of rocks. Okay, good. Anyway, we got it. Look, you're gonna go down. There we go. Oh no. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna hit 100. Because the XP from this is gonna be shocking. Boo hiss boo. Ah, no. Oh, what? What is this? No. Oh, it's teasing me so bad. Why? Oh my god, this is the duty I wanted. Thalia, this is the last Endwalker one, yeah? You know what? This might actually push us to 100. Because I reckon the first boss will just give me a level up, and then obviously I'll get... Yes, this may be the duty to save my bacon. Level up, level up.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, Sean, let me suck on those nipples.
Last of us to face you.
Grant me my desire and let me suck on those massive tits. What is up with me? And there it is! Come on, Rogue! See, I knew that would get me the level. How fucking lucky. Love it. And this is why we love the latest Alliance raids in this series. Because I got 2 levels out of that. Anyway, time to update the gear. And you know what? I really, really like this glam. Oh yeah, that eye patch. I'm definitely going to use that elsewhere. And you know me, I love a little bit of skin. To be honest, I could do with a little bit more, but whatever. Yeah, that's actually quite nice for a ninja, for a job that I'm never going to play again. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it took me 2 weeks to finish this video. For no real reason. I really need to get back into it. But yeah, that's it. If you made it this far, drop a bone emoji in the comments. Is there a bone emoji? Is there actually a bone emoji? I don't know. I'll have a look and I'll put it in. Editor me can do that. Well, anyway. Over to the stats. Well, there we are. That's Ninja done. I think we had a real nice mix of duties this episode. Something noteworthy, very much noteworthy, not a single ARR Alliance raid. And I think this is like the first episode where we haven't had an ARR Alliance raid, so yay for that. In fact, I think we only had like 3 ARR duties if you take away like main scenarios, you know, Hawk Manor, Bowl of Embers and the Chimera. So yeah, actually I'm pretty okay with that. Onto the season stats. I have actually made good on my threat and put together some pie charts. So I'll just let them flash up on screen for everyone to enjoy. I'm pretty sure none of these numbers are going to change in the 4 episodes we have left in the season. But you know, we got 2 healers, so I don't know, it'd be interesting to see how that could potentially influence things, if at all. Well, anyway, that's it. That's me done. Yeah, I'm getting back into it slowly. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go teach myself how to walk again. Okay, bye-bye, love ya.